24 hours away from New York Giants training camp being kicked off, and we've got some major injury news to dive into here on Giants Now by Chat Sports, hosted by yours truly, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. The Giants have added 3 players to the PUP list and 2 players to the NFI list, and it starts with former number 7 overall pick offensive tackle Evan Neal out of Alabama. And if there was ever a time for Evan Neal to be ready to go, to be ready to play, it would be now. But you know what? He's not. And I tried to tell you that you cannot trust Evan Neal. Evan Neal had surgery on a broken bone back in January. It is almost August 1st. Daniel Jones tore his ACL in week 9 of the NFL season. That's far before January in the calendar. And he is going to be ready to go for training camp as he rehabs from a torn ACL. It is a joke that Evan Neal is not going to be ready to go. And I think it speaks volumes. And I don't want to just rip the guy, but you know what? He ripped Giants fans and says we're burger flippers. It's embarrassing to the work ethic that he has. You're telling me Daniel Jones is ready to play after tearing his ACL less than 9 months ago? And that you, Evan Neal, after breaking a bone, are not ready to play. I told you 3 months ago he suffered a setback. I told you 2 months ago he would not be ready for training camp, and here we are. Brian Daboll said it. I told you it wasn't true. Daboll said this a couple of months ago. The plan is for Evan Neal to be ready for training camp. If I've learned anything about the Giants since covering this team day in and day out for the last 3.5 years, they're not very transparent with their injuries. And with Brian Daboll as the head coach, he is very Bill Belichickian in those type of questions. The plan was never for Evan Neal to be ready to go for training camp. He had surgery back in January. Then he was ready to go for some offseason spring protocols where he participated in team portions, never in individual portions. And then as the spring practices went on, OTAs and minicamp, the workload for Neal got lighter and lighter. And he eventually was ruled out of practice altogether. There's probably a reason why the Giants worked out Greg Van Roten yesterday. There's probably a reason that he's going on the PUP list, he being Evan Neal, because he's most likely not going to be ready to go anytime soon. It's time to wipe your hands with Evan Neal. It just is, man. Look, I understand you made a big-time investment in him. It's a sunk cost at this point. It is. He should not be someone that you rely on this football team. You already had a Jermaine Illuminor cross-training at left guard this offseason because you thought Evan Neal would be ready to go at right tackle. But with Neal not participating at training camp, and for God help me, if this is not the starting 5 on the offensive line, tomorrow at 10 a.m. when the New York Giants hit the practice field, I'm going to be pissed the hell off. Because if I have to see somebody else at right tackle, not named Jermaine Illuminor, I'm going to blow a gasket tomorrow on our live show. Jermaine Illuminor is the best right tackle on this team. That involves the bust Evan Neal. And for some reason, we were training him at left guard through mini camps and OTAs so Neal could just walk back in King Tut style and be the starting right tackle like he's earned that job. The only reason he's got that job is because he was picked number 7. If it was based on performance, he would not be playing because he hasn't done much of playing good football since he became an NFL player. Look, this is all I got to say on Evan Neal at this point. Leaning on him has gotten the Giants to this point. It had them pick 6th in the NFL draft. It had them give up 85 sacks last year. If he's healthy and can play, awesome. But I'm not counting on that, and I'm not counting on him being anything that's contributing to this team. Anything he gives me is extra. But I am entering the season from today until the Super Bowl is over that Evan Neal is nothing more than the cherry on top, something I am not expecting production from. I mean, why would we? Even when he's been healthy, he's been terrible. Look at it. Look at the stats. He's been awful. The guy's played in 20 games in 2 seasons. And we're just going to give him the right tackle job in a year where our head coach might be on the hot seat and our general manager just let Saquon Barkley leave and Xavier McKinney leave for nothing? We're just going to let him do that? It's a joke. I told you 2 weeks ago it was a joke. I've been saying it up here for months now telling you it's a joke. I am done with the burger flipper Evan Neal. I don't want him on my football team anymore, and I definitely don't want to have to go out, watch him, look backwards behind the line of scrimmage, and pick up Daniel Jones off the turf. because all he's done is allow sack after pressure, after pressure, after flag, after flag. It's been a disaster, and it's okay. Just move on. Pick a right tackle for me. Freaking getting so mad, my mouth's starting to hurt more because I just got my teeth removed, and Evan Neal's pissing me the hell off. Jesus Christ, thought we were going to have a good Tuesday today. Pick a right tackle. Type EN for Evan Neal or JE for Jermaine Illuminor. I'm over it, Evan. I'm over it. Aaron Robinson, as we calm down and just talk football now. Aaron Robinson has also been added to the PUP list for the New York Giants. And like Neal, it's like, bro, when are you going to be healthy? The best ability is sometimes availability. And available is something that Aaron Robinson never is. He has not played in a football game since week 4 of 2022. And he is starting training camp on the PUP list. Look, like Evan Neal, I'm just done with the Aaron Robinson experience. He had a solid rookie year, but if you're never able to suit up and play, you can't be dependent on. So you look at the cornerback depth chart right now, and you still have question marks at every spot except for Deonte Banks. I don't know about Cordell Flott. I don't know about Nick McLeod. I don't know about Trey Hawkins. I don't know about David Long Jr. I don't know about the rookie Andrew Phillips. I don't know about Stantley, Thomas Oliver, or Aaron Robinson, or Darnay Holmes, or Hayes, or Trey Herndon. It's a major question mark. It's probably the least talented position group on this football team. Good thing there's not like free agents out there like Stephon Gilmore, or Xavier Howard, or Patrick Peterson that are available that could sign up and probably be either your best or second best corner. But that's another show for another day. Theo Johnson was added to the PUP list last week. I hadn't gotten a chance to talk about it as I did have to get 2 teeth removed, and I was out all of last week. So I'm going to take this time to talk about Theo Johnson on the PUP list. And while it's not good by any means that he's here, I'm not all too worried. I think he'll be all right. We don't even know what the injury is, but rewind to last year, or maybe it was his rookie year, Daniel Bellinger was added to the PUP list for 1 day. Maybe Theo Johnson is ready to go for day 2 of training camp. That would be awesome. But he's got a golden opportunity in front of him, man. With Darren Waller retiring, he's only got Daniel Bellinger ahead of him. And it sounds like Bellinger is not in the greatest of favors with the New York Giants head decision makers, a la Brian Dable. So there's a spot and an opportunity for Theo Johnson to be this team's #1 tight end. But he's got to be healthy, he's got to be able to play, and he's got to be able to produce. Heal up. Ice up. Shout out Steve Smith. And hopefully Theo Johnson's ready to go sooner rather than later. You know it's Giants football time when we're talking about injuries. I haven't even started training camp, and I already had to go on a rant about Evan Neal not being ready to play, take care of his body. And if you're tired of injuries like I am, hit the thumbs up icon. I don't want to spend another year talking about injury after injury after injury, and we're already off to the wrong foot on that one. We'll talk more about the 2 players that are going to the NFI list, a veteran safety and a young cornerback. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Game Time, the #1 ticketing app in the game. And when you use the promo code ChatSports, you get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. My favorite part about Game Time is prices drop as the events get closer. So if you're a procrastinator like I am and you don't want to spend the money until you absolutely have to, the best way to maximize that is through Game Time, and you get the lowest price guaranteed. Last-minute tickets and flash deals. The app is going to do the best it can to give you the best deals and also letting you know when deals are happening and alerting you when tickets are on sale. I love the fact that you get to have a view from the seat you're thinking about purchase, and also lowest price guaranteed. You can get $20 off your first purchase by using the promo code ChatSports. You can go to Giants games, you can go to the Knicks games, the Yankees are playing, the Mets are playing, and the sooner rather than later, it is going to be week 1 of the NFL season, preseason, right around the corner as well. Download the Game Time app and use that promo code ChatSports. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use promo code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Go catch the Yankees or Mets before the summer is over. All right, the NFI list, veteran DB Jalen Mills, who comes over from the New England Patriots, most notably known for his time with the Philadelphia Eagles. The veteran safety / DB has been added to the declared non-football injury list. And if you're like me, you're probably asking, well, Marshall, what the hell is the NFI list? So I'll look it up for you. It's similar to the PUP list, but is used for players who suffered injuries or ailments outside of NFL activities, meaning Jalen Mills got hurt training for training camp. So you look at the safety position as it stands right now. Mills is most likely to be sidelined for the beginning portion of training camp. That means Pinnock, Belton, and Newman are going to get the large majority of reps at that position. And honestly, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I like the fact that my younger players are going to get the bulk lion's share of the reps, and they're going to be able to really just go through mental reps and physical reps and see if they're ready to play for when the season's ready to come along. I got all the trust in the world in Pinnock, Belton, and Newman. Maybe they go out and sign Simmons. We talked about that as Jeremy Fowler did, but I actually am okay with the way the safety room is stacking up. From safety to corner, Stantley, Thomas Oliver has also been added to the non-football injury list. So another DB not going to be ready to go for the start of training camp, which means more reps for Cordell Flott, more reps for Nick McLeod. Hopefully Trey Hawkins can match up his play with the hype that he got last offseason, and we can maybe see someone emerge from this cornerback room. Look, you know the Giants season is almost here when we're already doing full shows about injuries. Maybe I wasn't all that nice to Evan Neal at the beginning of today's show, but you know what? I really don't give a shit. I am tired of watching him watch my quarterback face to face. Your right tackle and your quarterback should never look eye to eye unless it's in the huddle. And too often times, Evan Neal's looking backwards like, my bad, Daniel. My bad, dude. I'm just over it. Maybe if he didn't call Giants fans stupid burger flippers, I'd feel a little bit better. And I feel bad that he's injured. I could sympathize with that. But when you match that up with, seems like he's kind of an asshole, doesn't care about Giants fans, once again hurt, the play's been bad, you just get a what the hell smoothie is this. I'm just sick of this shit. I am. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. If you want to talk more ball, we could do it over there.